Good day everyone, I am Elizabeth Tamayo and now we're going to discuss to you the timeline about the Spanish period 1565 to 1898.
First and foremost, I want to present to you our timeline.
It is an accepted belief that the Spanish colonization of the Philippines started in 1565 during the time of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, the first Spanish governor-general here in Philippines. Spanish influences on the Philippines literature. So due to the long period of colonizations of the Philippines by the Spaniards, they have exerted a strong influence on our literature. So first here is the Filipino alphabet called Alibata, and next the teaching of Christian doctrine become the basis of religion practices, and next the Spaniard language which became the literary language. European legends and traditions both here become assimilated in our songs, corridos, and moromoros. Ancient literature was collected and translated to Tagalog and other dialects. And next, many grammar books were printed in Filipino like Tagalog, Ilocano, and Visayan. And last, our periodicals during these times gained a religious tone. And next, there are also contributed those first books. So we have here 7 first books. So first is the Doctrina Christiana, the Christian doctrine. And next, the Nuestra Senora del Rosario. The second book printed in the Philippines was written by Father Blancas de San Jose in 1602. And next, we have Libro de los Cuatro Postprimeras de Hombre in Spanish and Tagalog. And next, Ang Barlaan at Josefat. And fifth, The Passion, Urbana at Felisa. And last, Ang Mga Dalit kay Maria, Salmo for Mary. So, that is the first books that the Spanish contributed here in Philippines. And next, we have literary compositions. So, the first literary compositions here is the Arte y Reglas de la Lengua Tagalog, an art and rules of the Tagalog language. And next, Compendio de la Lengua Tagala, understanding the Tagalog language, Vocabulary de la Lengua Tagala, Tagalog vocabulary, Vocabulario de Lengua Pampanga, Pampango vocabulary. And Vocabulario de la Lengua Bisaya, Visayan Vocabulary, the best language book in Visayan by Mateo Sanchez in 1711. And next, Arte de la Lengua Ilocano, the art of Ilocano language, the first Ilocano grammar book by Francisco Lopez. And next, the Arte de la Lengua Bicolana, the art of the Bicol language, the first book in Bicol language and written by Father Marcos Lisbon in 1754.
Moving on to folk song. Folk song became widespread in the Philippines, in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The best example of this is the Leron-Leron Sinta of Tagalog and Pamulinnawen of Ilocano. Next one is recreational play. Under recreational play, there was 8 play. First one is tibag, or means excavate. The second one is lagaylay. It's a special occasion for Pilarenos of Sorsogon during Maytime to get together. The third one is cenaculo. It is dramatic performance to show respect to passion and death of Jesus Christ. So under this, there was 2 types, the cantada and the hablada. The fourth one is panunuluyan, presented before 12 o'clock of Christmas Eve. Then the fifth one is the salubong. It was Easter play dramatized the meeting of the rising Christ and his mother. The sixth one is carilo, or shadow play. It is a form of dramatic entertainment. The seventh one is zarzuela, or walang sugat. It's a musical comedy or melodrama in 3 acts which deal with man passion, emotion like love, cruelty, and hate. So, lastly, the sainete. It is a short musical comedy.
Moving on to the Moro Moro. So Moro Moro is a stage play wherein it depicted the wars between the Muslim and the Christians. And of course, Christians always on the winning side. And a famous example of this is the Principe Rolante. The second one is the Karagatan. So Karagatan in literature is literary an open sea. This came from the legendary practice of testing a bravery of a man vying for the maiden's hands. The maiden's ring would be dropped to the sea, and whoever retrieved it have a chance to marry the girl. And this is a play during the last night of a dead person. Next is the Duplo. So Duplo is a poetic debate held by a trained men and women in the last night of mourning period of a dead person. Next is the Balagtasan. So Balagtasan is a Filipino form of debate done in a verse. And of course, it presents a type of literature in which thoughts and reasoning are expressed through speech. And this Balagtasan derived from Francisco Balagtasan. Dungaw. I knew that we all familiar with this, right? So Dungaw is presented during awakes. And we all knew that Dungaw is presented impromptu with no rhymes, no verse, and it is free verse. The last one is the awit and corrido. So awit and corrido are both related to music. Awit is a Tagalog form or Tagalog word of a song, while corrido is a metrical story. So in corrido, we have octosymbolic or 8 syllables verse called hakira, while in awit, we have symbolic or 12 syllable verse called fosa.
And that is the end of our timeline report. Thank you for listening.